Hey there, what's up again, YouTubers? Yeah, I took a nap at around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and I got up at 6 p.m. So yeah, it's I just needed to patch up some sleep after an insomnia attack for the rest of last night. And yeah, I'm currently having a bit of a difficulty focusing on my work on hand. So I figured I should be making another YouTube video to just talk about hearts and minds with you guys out there. Since I've got pretty much nobody here who is willing to listen to my grievances anyway. So yeah, and number one, I suppose for all men, every man has to accept and acknowledge about life, about how to use wisdom, how to live wisely, is to one of the most crucial part to attain such objective is to realize that we will not have anybody who will truly and fully love us other than Jesus, other than ourselves, and I have learned such fact via the hard way, yeah. Excuse me. And only through living in the darkness, in loneliness, can you begin to appreciate light, love, and kindness and grace. So for that, I suppose I still have to thank God, though I still don't want to, because everything that God, every trial, every tribulation he sent my way in the most recent years kind of posed too much challenge. I currently see no other alternatives but to depart the country. Since nobody is giving a damn about it, or either nobody is giving a damn, or those who let's assume, even if for those who truly cared, they they are not competent. They are not sufficiently competent to handle the situation here. So yeah, so I shall give you guys a short version of my story here. So first of all, yeah, my abusive biological mother has taken has seized possession of pretty much every piece of legacy and every penny that my old man left me with. After soon after he's passed away, allegedly due to a prolonged period of both physical and psychological abuse, and not to mention that woman didn't she has been so stingy that she even isn't willing to buy her husband a pair of slippers, while my old man got hospitalized for for hypertension or yeah, you know, high blood pressure or plus some other things, yeah, some other illnesses like, yeah, having a mild stroke, yeah. And in fact, you know, China's Jesus, China's medical hardware has reached a pretty advanced and sophisticated level of competence and expertise to treat pretty much all kinds of illnesses. So, you know, high blood pressure plus a bit of a allegedly, you know, type 2 diabetes alone shouldn't have been able to send a man who had no, you know, no history of alcoholic abuse, no, you know, no history of you know, smoking, no history of other kinds of illnesses, you know, whatsoever. And yeah, he just passed away like that. Don't you find such death suspicious? And yes, and that woman, she is attempting to forge some debt and you know, have me cover all her allegedly debts and expenses, while she's taken possession of every penny my father has left me with. So yeah, and you know, she's making constant threats, threatening me and my grandma and my aunties, my uncles. Yes, you know, that, you know, we will all get sued. We'd all, you know, will, you know, the Chinese authorities will put us, will blacklist us on the social credit report if we, you know, if we don't do what, you know, if we don't comply with what she wants us to do for her, you know. So I assume that you guys can already see what's going on, though I know you guys may pity me to a certain extent, and yet, you know, due to such vast geographical distance and barriers used, you know, I perceive it pretty or highly improbable for us to meet face to face, at least at the moment, to say the least. Yeah, so for that I am truly sorry. You know, there is utterly nothing else I can do to preserve, protect, and defend my old man's name, reputation, and legacy. I have done my ultimate best, and you know, pretty much all, you know, all alone on my own. You know, except, you know, the arrangement of my old man's funeral was pretty much done by my uncles and aunties, you know. So, and however, judging from you know, from the previous investment my old man sent their way, you know, so far as I can perceive, they were just doing, you know, they are they were merely doing what they could to return the favor. It's pretty much a favor for a favor and an eye for an eye, and even the corrupt tax collectors would gladly do so in return. So as the Gospel of Matthew has already foretold, yeah. So can't you guys see the parallels there? Can't you? Yeah. So therefore, yeah, tomorrow I suppose I'll just head straight towards my grandma's residence and pick up my Aussie cell phone that has the Aussie number attached to it, and yes, it still has bindings with several bank accounts of mine back in Australia. So I had to collect it and try to sort this mess out. Just for myself only. And by the way, yeah, see my grandma, see how she's doing. And yeah, and yes, there's another thing I that quite concerns me, that I have utterly no idea how much time my grandma has left, though she is living a fairly decent life. She has quite a few people to look after her. Well, if you happen to know to count me in. So I to honestly speaking, I worry about myself than I worry about I worry about myself a lot more than I worry about her. Judging by the harsh circumstances I've got myself stranded in, though I didn't I didn't pull the trigger to make such thing happen. I still have something to do with it. Yes, I have my parts. I have taken part in accelerating my old man's premature demise, to say the least. That I can't deny, and I can't just simply vanish and escape from it. So yeah, what else? What else have I forgot to mention? Yeah, cold calls. I think, oh Jesus, I will just try to ring Uncle Grant Cardone again and ring a few churches back in the States and see how what they what they could do to provide me with some sort of advice and some sort of assistance. Well, I don't expect them to babysit me. I just need some advice on how to tackle such female monster. Yeah, such atrocity. Jesus. I suppose God just let me fight this war on my own. He isn't responding to me, at least not in a way I could manage to perceive his presence. Yeah, I do acknowledge his presence, yet I haven't heard a thing back from him yet. That I am being absolutely, completely, utterly, fully, perfectly honest to you guys. Yeah, so there are just, during our lives as men, there are just way too many occasions where we just pretty much lose everything and everyone. Sometimes that can include faith. Yes, we can still lose faith temporarily, or for such prolonged duration. Yeah, and then somehow such faith mysteriously came back to us, resurrected, got resurrected among us, and I can only say that God has the ultimate sovereignty over who has faith, who has no faith, whose faith would prolong and endure to the end, whose faith just won't last, just will simply shatter so easily in front of trials and tribulations. No matter whom, no matter how much wealth that person has or used to have, facing death, facing the eternal oblivion. I think even God can seem quite meaningless and futile while we face death and the eternal oblivion, to a certain point, to some extent. Yeah. So that's another harsh and saddening fact about life. Yeah. And I think every boy, every male child deserves to know such fact and truth, and yet the whole system just deceives them into believing that the world will become better and better over time through endless epic human undertaking and endeavor, scientific research, exploring the cosmos, the solar system, the Milky Way, all those wonderful, amazing galaxies out there deep in the in interstellar space. Yeah, so Jesus, I still see no benefit from it other than helping to sustain such corrupt system, or we call the matrix, for a bit longer, for the for those groups that forged conspiracy theory and the Illuminati, the Freemasonries, whatsoever, whoever's in charge of this world, or Satan or Satan's minions whatsoever. Yeah, but regardless, I think that should be it for tonight's filming session. So in case you guys have any more questions, please feel free to post your comments and feedbacks below this video. And yeah, just as always, continue to hold the line together, and I have to get back to work. Yeah, stay tuned, remain steadfast, and let us try to remain faithful as well in the meantime for the amateur hour. Have a great day or a great night. Bye bye. Cheers.